Silver. It is Monday, October 1st. I just want to say a quick hello to all new viewers and an awesome welcome back. It must also go out to all returning viewers. If you tuned in last time and decided to come back, I really do appreciate it. Thank you for the wait as I had to deal with some other stuff. Anyway, today's show is going to be a little bit different. We do have a special guest joining us today. So please welcome back to the show my sister in wool, Miss Mercury Zelda.
Hey, Silver. Thank you for having me back again.
Oh, you're so welcome. I love it when you record with me.
Aw.
Always so much fun having you come by and talk about everything wool. Because, MDI, not so much with the wool.
No lag neither.
So I see from the show notes that we've got lots to talk to you about, so we should probably get started, right? So grab your drink of choice, you are knitting and crafting, and away we go. Today I'm actually drinking a nice cup of pumpkin spice coffee. I'm also going to be drinking some water later.
Ooh, I'm having some decaf vanilla black tea.
Ooh, that actually sounds really good.
It's nice. Yeah, it's Adagio.
Ooh, they're good.
Yeah, I love their stuff.
So let's go into our favorite things. Now I'm going to start off with something that is not so yummy. Since the last time that we talked, I've undergone an oral surgery that included 2 teeth being pulled out, a root canal, maybe 2, and a new prosthetic. This means that I'll have a little bit of a different sound coming out of my mouth. I'm still getting used to it, so sorry if I sound a little bit odd throughout the course of this episode. Like I said, still getting used to it.
I think it's totally understandable. And honestly, you don't really sound that different to me, so I'm sure everyone will be able to, understand what you're saying.
Okay, well, that's fair enough. But yeah, anyway, enough complaining from me. I've actually had something come in the mail since the last time we've talked, so that's pretty cool. I ended up winning a prize from the Geeky Girls Knit podcast for their 6th podiversary thing, or was it a cow? I don't remember. Anyway, I ended up winning a Fireflies bag by Bags by Awesome Granny from their Summertime in the Loving Lazy Cow. Yes, if I read ahead in my show notes, I would know exactly where I put it because I am prepared.
It's okay.
Anyway, I love this bag.
It is gorgeous.
Oh, I could not wait. I was surprised actually that I won. I was like, wait, what did she just say? She said, my name? What? I did not expect it.
That's sweet.
So yeah, the other thing, I did go to Nice and Knit Night. What was it, about a week ago at this point? More than that. Anyway, I ended up getting a bunch of yarn, which I probably shouldn't have done. But anyway, I did get, let's see, a lot of their fingering weight yarn. I got 490 yards of super wash merino in a sweaters quantity, a colorway called Back Bay. I love this colorway, and I couldn't resist it. It was on sale, too, so woohoo!
It is a really, really nice shade. I would love to see a sweater of that. I can't wait to see you wear it.
I can't either, and honestly, I think I'm going to be doing the Millie from them. I haven't quite made up my mind, but I have enough for most sweaters, so that's always good.
Yep, that's the way to go.
I also got a couple of blue skeins that I'll be using in a shawl soon. Unfortunately, though, the label is missing a name and it's not on their website anymore because it was a summer or spring colorway. Whoops. I'll have to grab that later, I suppose.
It happens.
Yeah, there was another one that I got that had no name on the label either, but this is super pretty. And I also got another one with a sand dollar, which I got just for the name alone. Let's put it that way. And of course, down the rabbit hole of yarn buying, I did get a skein of their sock weight yarn, which is 463 yards. It's actually 75% merino, 25% nylon. Again, no name on the label. Whoops. Oh well, I could have asked, but you know me. I'm kind of stubborn like that.
Yeah, but you don't need it if you just know, hey, it's pretty and you know what kind of material it is. So I think you'll be all right.
Oh, true. Another thing that I am very excited about is that I learned recently that Outlander is going to be back for season 4 on November 4th. Wow, 14th? No, November 4th. And also, Doctor Who has a live stream going live at like 1:45 my time on the 7th. Oh my god, I'm super excited.
I'm so glad you can actually see it when it's live.
Exactly. I'm super excited, and that way nobody can spoil me from across the pond.
Exactly. Hey,
Because
at
that
least I
happened
never do
last
that
year,
to you.
unfortunately, but not my fault though, and not their fault. But anyway, let's see. I also had two birthdays since the last time we talked. My mom's birthday. Basically, we had my parents, my brother, MTI, and myself. We all went out for a birthday ice cream because it was the day after I had my surgery. And my mom was like, "Oh, you can't eat much, so let's go out for ice cream for my breakfast for my birthday thing." I was like, "Okay."
It sounds good to me.
Exactly. And then we went back to their house for a cake, which is pretty much a given. Chocolate mousse cake, I believe it was. And then we ended up
Ooh.
playing Ticket to Ride. So much fun. My parents don't think that I can knit and actually pay attention to games, so I amuse them every time that I win while I'm knitting.
I mean, that sounds like you, though, you know? They
Exactly.
should be used to it by now.
Exactly. And I'm like super quiet, so they're like, wait, what is she holding over there and why does she. They're like, sneaky, sneaky.
You had it anyway.
Exactly, exactly. Uh, anyway, my dad's birthday was also in there as well. So on the 15th, it was MDI, my brother, my sister, my parents, and we all got together to celebrate my dad's birthday. I was able to have my first solid food in a week at that point, so I pretty much overindulged as much as possible. Like two large servings of my sister's pasta visual and eggplant parm, like
Oh, God.
together.
I love both of those.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah. And then after that, a full large piece of panucci cake, which is kind of my family's alternative to chocolate cake, because
Ooh.
my dad likes panucci frosting instead. Don't know why. He's been living with us chocolateholics for so long, right? And my sister made cinnabons, basically cinnabones, but like huge.
So beast. Yeah.
Um, let's see. I am gonna mention this because this is kind of embarrassing, but y'all need to know. Both MT and I had like really bold beers, which made us a bit loose socially. As in, yours truly had a few social blunders. I used my sister's ex-husband's name for her current fiance's name. Yeah, they're clearly nothing alike. So
Oh, dear.
let's just put it this way: the first guy was a little bit of a jerk, and this her current guy is really good for her. So it's pretty big.
Well, I'm glad she found him then.
Yeah, I mean, my sister goes, "Yeah, so about James," just to kind of cover up for that. I was like, "Oh, you're sweet, honey, but I know I made a mistake." Still, like, obviously, I'm kicking myself about that. Like weeks later now.
Aw. Yeah, but like, I'm sure she knows it wasn't on
No, she
purpose.
knows that I was purpose. I was thinking in my head, okay, James is a jerk. Let's not use James's name because MDI has still not met him yet. That met the new guy yet, so let's not. And then yeah. Anyway, there's no excuses for that shit. To make up for it, I'm making him something. So that's it. That's what we're going with. I'm so squirrel today. I know.
It's okay. I'm here to kind of drag you back.
Thank you for that. The last thing that I do need to mention, upcoming especially, my cousin is getting married this Saturday, so I can't even. I'm super excited for her and her new husband to be. They're absolutely cute together and lit me. So,
Aw, that's great.
so what have you been up to?
I haven't really been up too much, but I've got some things on the horizon. Actually, like this weekend, we're going. My husband and I are going with his family down to Devon and Cornwall in the southwest of England. So I'm like really excited. um, it's like gorgeous down there. It's sort of the off season, so hopefully there won't be too many tourists running around. I know we're tourists too, but I don't want places to be too crazy crowded.
Well, I mean, there are
Um,
tourists, and then there are like tourists.
yeah, exactly.
Like me, I would be a tourist. Because I'd be like, ooh, architecture. I'm gonna stare at it for hours and everything else
Just as
going
long as
on
you're not in
around
the
me.
middle of the road.
Yeah. I'll just sit here knitting like 5 different rows while watching everybody else do. Anyway, I'm sorry.
But yeah, there's a big knitting culture down there because a lot of them were fishermen, and actually that's where like pirates originally came from and stuff. Well, English pirates, I should say. It's not like they invented the idea of pirates. But yeah. Um so there should be a lot of yarn shops. So I'm looking forward to actually getting some real Cornish wool and eating Cornish pasties, which are like delicious, kind of like a calzone, but they aren't Italian. Like they've got like basically kind of like a stew inside. They're really good, so I'm gonna have real ones instead.
Ooh, that would be really good.
Yeah, and also like Devon cream tea, which is when you have a scone with cream and jam, and you have a nice pot of tea, and it's all from down there. So I'm really really excited.
Oh, that sounds like so good.
And the only other thing I've been doing, and I gave you a picture of this so you guys can see, I've been getting really into just wearing weird, random shades of lipstick lately. Like, not really having much else on, but wearing like blue, lilac, gold, like any bizarre color. And it just kind of makes me laugh. Like, I forget that I have it on, and then I get up to do something, pass the mirror, and then start laughing at myself. And like, I kind of need to do that. So it's been good.
Oh, that's amazing. Like, honestly, I think you would match my hair at this point, right?
Yeah.
With the lilac. Yeah, I had a promise with my mom I was supposed to change my hair color back to red for the wedding, and I'm like, nope.
Well, you
It's
know
still
what? I'm sure your
there.
cousin's not upset. So,
She knows. She knows it takes a while for the purple to go away.
yep.
Like, as in since July. But, all right, let's move on to FOs. I've got quite a bit, so we should probably get started. I did finish what I called Over Yonder Ye. It's the Toe Up Socks with a Difference by Wendy D. Johnson. I did use Knit Picks Stroll Tonal in the Blue Yonder colorway, because I'm crazy like that. Anyway, also used a size US 2, which is a 2.75 millimeter. I've used 9-inch circulars as well as two 16-inch circulars for the heels, toes, and cuffs. Just the way I knit, I need to do that. I need more room on the heel. Let's see. All right, so the second thing I did finish was what I called Light Wine 2.0. This was the Lantern Lights pattern by Joji Locatelli. I did use the Fiber Seed Sprout DK colorway Punked, which is awesome. I absolutely love it. I can't resist looking at it.
Yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous. I mean, I love the kind of crazy variegated colors like that.
Honestly, I want to keep it for myself, but the recipient I'm giving it to,
Ah.
she loves those colors. But yeah, I did use a size US 4, which is a 3.5 millimeter, and a size US 6, 4.0 millimeter. I used a 16-inch circular marble circs that I have. Oh, love these circs. I'm sorry. I keep looking at them like every time I use them, like, ooh, pretty. You know when you spend more time looking at your needles than you do the work in progress?
Yeah.
That's why I keep buying the marbles, y'all. Let's see. The next thing that I did finish was what I called Rock the Dragon. This was actually new since the last time we talked. I hadn't even casted this on. This is the Dragonflies hat by Joji Locatelli. I used the remainder of my Rainbow Heirlooms sweater colorway. It's a worsted weight. Obviously by Rainbow Heirloom. Their Princess Rockstar colorway. I love this purple. I was like, okay, I need to find like the perfect pattern to go with that sweater that I need for it. And I did. I found it. It matches perfectly, even though they're two different designers. So, yay! On this one as well, I did use a size 6, which is, again, the 4.0 16-inch marble circs that I used on all of it. I didn't change out for the brim or anything like that. So that was pretty cool because the patterning itself, lots of yarn overs.
Oh, right. Okay.
Ooh, and also, yeah, that's part of a KAL that I'm participating in too. So that's a double bonus right there.
Nice.
I also did finish 5 washcloths for this year, obviously for the month of September. I use random cotton yarn for this. The labels on most of them are long gone, especially on those that I have gotten as gifts from other people. So sorry about that. Actually all year long. I'm going to be using the Grandma's Favorite Dishcloth by Root Slate. Ruth the Slate. Wow. It's like I can't even say my grandmother's first name anymore.
Aw.
Um, I'm actually using a size US 6, which is a 4.0 24-inch marble circs for all of them as well. It's easier. Let's see. Another thing that I did finish was what I called Crafty Infinitas. It is an infinity cowl called To Infinity and Beyond by Hohi Locatelli. Wow, words. I use Blue Moon Fiber Arts Lightweight in the Don't Rain on My Craft Parade colorway that I have. Oh, I've been looking for the right pattern for this variegated awesomeness. I think I found it.
Definitely.
And I get to wear it on my neck all the time. Let's see. I used a size US 4, which was 3.5 millimeter on a 32-inch marble circs on that one as well. That was a really quick knit.
Awesome.
The only thing is with that, the cable needle that I have kept digging into the middle of my palm, so I have to, I had to take my time on that one. Let's see. I also finished a shawlette pattern, I guess you can say, that I called Imagine All the People. It's the Imagine When shawl by Hohi Locatelli again. You can sense a theme, I'm sure.
Maybe.
Just a little bit. I'm using, on that, let's try that again. On that I used Once Upon a Corgi in her Tesla La Dame Blanche colorway. And there was another color I used. Shoot, I'll have to put that down below. Because I didn't put it in the show notes because I'm prepared.
Oops.
Remind me about that, will you?
Yep.
On the size US 6, did 4.0. They're the smart sticks, actually, that I got from Jimmy Bean's Wool. I still love those things where they have the measuring tape on the needles themselves.
Yeah, I really, really want to try those.
They're amazing. Like, I would say if you're going to do it, you should probably put in an order soon-ish before they run out again. Heads up for anyone listening now. Because obviously they're really smart. Size 6s and 7s tend to go quickly.
Well, makes
mostly
sense.
Because those are most shawl size needles. So. But anyway, the last thing I did finish this month was what simply always going to be called the September DVD slacks. It's essentially any Desert Vista Dye Works colorway. This month I did use on their Viso base the Somebody's Eating Candy Corn. And got imaginary points in 3 different cows on that one.
I love imaginary points.
I know, right? The points don't matter, but you know what? It's fine. It is basically, I've been using a vanilla sock pattern that I've kind of adapted from other patterns that I liked that kind of now fit my my heel better than most do. So I like using that one a lot better. I have been using a size US 1, which is a 2.5 millimeter on both 16-inch circulars 9-inch circulars, and then 2 16-inch circulars for the heels, toes, and cuffs, as per my usual on that one. Wow, I've talked a lot. Do you have anything that you finished?
I finished one thing, which I think you already know about. I finished my project called Silver's Proud Shawl Test Knit, and the pattern, strangely, is called Proud to Be Me by Silver Luna Golden Hue. Do you have any idea who that is?
Oh, not at all. I do appreciate you testing it. Actually.
It's fine. I loved it. I mean, honestly, I had a really good time knitting it, and it really did work up quickly, too. I made it in a worsted weight. Well, actually, Aran weight, but it's pretty close to worsted. So I used Debbie Bliss Cashmerino Aran tonals in the colorway Jade, which was this kind of really pretty soft blue-green. And I used my size 10, US 10 6.0 millimeter boy straight needles to make that, because if I don't have to get out my whole interchangeable set and can just do it on straight needles, I'm going to try to do it on straight needles.
I can't wait to feel the shawl, though. Like, cashmere and a shawl, like, I'm on board.
It is so soft. And it's like, it's cashmere and it's acrylic, so it's actually like easy care still, but it's so soft.
I love it. All right, so that's sounds like you did. I'm glad you had fun with my shawl. I'm gonna go on and talk about the hoe that I have. Yes, I have a hoe, y'all.
Hoe.
I finished one of the Yo Bro socks that I have, which is The pattern on that I'm using is the Toe Up Socks with a Difference by Wendy D. Johnson. This is for a surprise recipient, so I will not say their name here on the podcast until after the holidays. But anyway, I'm using Knit Stroll Tonal in the Canal colorway, which is actually a green colorway. I love it. On this one, I am using a size 2, which is a 2.75 millimeter on both the 9-inch circulars for the body of the socks, as well as two 16-inch circulars for the heels, toes, and cuffs on that one. And it's actually being housed in what I'm calling nicely the Stained Glass Zelda bag by Slip Stitch Studios. I absolutely love this bag.
My favorite bag of yours.
Not playing favorites, I promise. Do you have anything that you finished in that category or no?
Nope, I've literally just I have been going crazy with work and stuff, so I only had my one finished object and nothing else.
It's okay. I understand, me still being out of work
Yeah.
kind of brings that. Anyway, I digress. Okay, so I have actually been working on quite a bit this time around. I'm going to actually put down what I'm working on now to read everything off for you, sort of. Anyway. All right, I have a lot of things that I have started since the last time we talked. I have a pattern... Okay. I have a project that I'm calling the Forces Strong with this one. I literally just cast this one on and did up to the end of the ribbing on this one. It's another Lantern Lights hat pattern by Hohi Locatelli. You can tell I love this pattern, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, it does look really good, so I can see why you keep wanting to make it.
Well, exactly. This is the 4th iteration of it. So I am using a colorway from Apple Tree Knits in the Plush Pearl Jams DK. Colorway Star Wars.
Aha.
Yeah. You like what I did with that one.
I saw what you did there, yeah.
It was going to be something else, but then I was like, no, I'll be nice. Anyway, I'm actually using a size 4 and a size US 6. The size 4 is a 3.5 millimeter and the US 6 is a 4.0. I'm using 16-inch marbles needles on this as well. That's why I stopped at the ribbing, because the 6s are on the other hat. Because, as you do.
Well, yeah.
And this is actually being housed in my Peanuts Pumpkin bag by Molly Klein Designs. It's one of my newish bags. I love it. I'm looking at it right now across the way and I'm like,
It is just so cute, though.
I cannot stop looking at it. All right, I need to turn around now. Anyway, the next thing that I've actually started since the last time we all talked, I am actually calling Gemini Whispers. The pattern on that is another Gemini the pattern is called Gemini by Jane Richmond. It's actually the second time I am knitting this pattern. The first time it was in acrylic, which didn't quite work out for my body type. So now I am using a Knit Picks Cotton, which is cotton and linen blend. I don't know what percentage of which. The project's behind me in a box. A colorway is Whisper, which is purple.
That should be really, really nice on you.
The progress that you see in the picture is what I did in 2 days.
How do you do that?
Late nights and not sleeping properly. But
that would take me a week and a half.
Well, I mean, and also to be fair, a lot of that I did at knit night too.
Aha.
So it was a lot of in the round.
Yeah.
See, knitting in a round and stockinette is not as hard as we would like it to be.
No, it's true. You can just kind of keep going and going and going.
Exactly, which is perfect for knit nights. But yeah, anyway, on this one, I've actually been using a size US 6, again, a 4.0, and a US 7, which is a 4.5 millimeter. Both of them on 32-inch marble circs. Now I am just kind of going in the round on the US 7. I have maybe another 5 or 6 rotations of the pattern before I go on to separating for the sleeves. It's been put on hold since knit night, so whatever. It's not like I don't have other things to work on, right?
Yeah.
This is actually being housed in that Fireflies bag that I mentioned by Bags by Awesome Granny before, because I put it right to use as soon as I got it. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, I would have too. It's gorgeous.
Like I said, I had to put it in the box behind me, otherwise I'd be staring at it right now.
You got kind of
I got a
a
theme
deal with
going
that, huh?
on.
You just staring at your bags.
Exactly. I do that a lot. Like, believe it or not, half of the bags or half of the works in progress that I have, I put on the center couch by me while I record. I'm like, I probably shouldn't because I keep staring at the bags. I digress. So, the third thing that I did start since the last time we all talked was what like I mentioned before, I'm calling bro socks for a surprise recipient. um, I'm using the toe up socks with a difference pattern by one D.D. Johnson. He has big feet, so it's going to take a while. Sorry to those that needed to know. I'm I'm using Patton's Croy in the blue stripe rag colorway, which is awesome. It's grays and a bunch of pretty much a rainbow of colors, stripes. So it's going pretty quickly considering. On this one, I am using a size 2, which is a 2.75 millimeter on two 16-inch circulars for the heels, toes, and cuffs. And right now I'm working on a 9-inch circulars. The bag itself that I'm using is the Orange Haunted Mansion colorway by the Knitted Broomstick, which is pretty awesome. Again, like I said, gotta stop staring at the bag. And the last thing that I started since the last time was what I called Falling into Infinity. This is another version of the To Infinity and Beyond pattern by Hohi Locatelli. I love it. I'm using Whimsy Stitches Yarn Company's standard sock in their Autumn Forest Walk colorway. It's actually a colorway that they premiered at SSK this year. So I was like, yes, please.
That's really cool.
I think I might know who I'm going to give it to, but I'm not sure as of yet.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I said, a lot of the things that I knit recently are for other people. But,
Right.
yeah. Because, I have a box of shawls that I don't wear a lot of the time. So,
Yeah, I
yeah.
understand.
And I have how many boxes full of
we won't think about that.
Yes, the numbers are inconsequential. The points don't matter. But yeah, on this one I am using a size US 4, 3.5 millimeter, also 32-inch marbles needles on that one. Ooh, love it. And this is actually being housed in my 2018 SSK bag by Fat Squirrel Fibers. Love this bag. All right, gotta stop. I turned around to stare at it. Just
Stop it. Face forward. Do not turn around.
It's hard not to do. Let me tell you. Sorry, I gotta get a drink of water every once in a while. Whew. All right. So another thing that I worked on since the last time we talked was what I am calling Light Wine the Third. This is again the third iteration of the Lantern Lights pattern by Hohi Locatelli. Again, I'm going to be using Fiber Seed Sprout DK in their neon rainbow colorway. Again, another one I need to get another skein of for myself because yeah.
Well, yeah, neon rainbow. Like, yes.
Please. Again, the recipient will love that one. Again, I am using a size US 4 and a US 6, 3.5 and 4 respectively, both on my 16-inch marbles needles. And also, like I do, I have multiple projects in one bag. I'm also using the Peanuts Pumpkin bag by Molly Klein Designs for this one as well, just because that's how I roll. Another thing that I've done, at least I want to say about 6 or 7 different pattern rotations since the last time we talked, is what I called the flat orchid wrap. It's the let me try that again. This is the flat white wrap by CC Almond. I am using 3 different skeins of Miss Babs Caroline base in the orchid colorway.
Lovely.
Because my recipient is going to love it. She loves orchids, so.
That's so sweet.
We'll just leave it at that. I am using a size US 3. Sorry, I didn't write down the millimeter on that. My Addy circular needles, because Addies are a little bit different, so I have to like look at the needles, and if I do that, I'll get distracted. Um, this is being housed in my pumpkin spice latte bag by the Knitted Broomstick.
Nice.
I love this bag. Oh my goodness. Every time it's pumpkin spice season, I'm like, ooh, I need to use that bag for something or other, right? Um, Now, the next thing that did get quite a bit of love, actually, since the last time we talked, I don't know if you can see the stitch marker on the picture or not, but I made a lot of progress, was the Ice Cream Social 2018 cowl by JL
Yeah, you
Flemington.
definitely did.
Yeah, I did. I now have 3 colors on there instead of just the one. The first one was Queen City Noda Sock. It was their slumber party colorway, which was actually something that the Stockinette Zombies had for one of their anniversaries or podversaries, which I snatched it up real quick and have been looking for the perfect project since.
Well, it is gorgeous, so I think you chose well.
Yay! I saw Queen City at SSK and I was like, ooh, I want to get more of that colorway, but I'm like, no, I need to resist.
Aw.
There are other things that I said, nope, resistance is futile, but that one I kind of I definitely like paid attention to. Anyway, the second colorway that I'm using on that one that I obviously just moved out of was from Supernatural Yarns in their Siren Sock colorway, which essentially lots of sparkles. It's in their Frozen colorway. I had 2 of this at one point, and I used the first one in a Doctor Who inspired shawl ages ago. And I was like, what am I going to use the second skein for? I don't know. So I found another one. Let's
Yay!
see. The third colorway I had planned all along to use a skein of Leading Men Fiber Arts on their Diva base, which super squishy and awesome. It's called Deep Sea. I think this is going to be the last one I use on the shawl, but it depends on how the decrease rows go because it is an asymmetrical shawl.
Yeah.
So like you start decreasing on one side and you have to go down like a certain number of stitches. I won't give away the secret sauce because it's still a quote unquote mystery cowl that's going on right now. Like
Yeah.
it officially doesn't end until they get the finished objects pictures up and they give us extra time, whatever. Anyway.
It's absolutely gorgeous, though. I love the colors you chose. I think they blend together really well, too.
I mean, I have another colorway that I'm thinking about adding if I need it, but seeing as the Diva colorway has like 600 yards or so, I think I might be good. We'll see.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, I'll play it by ear. Well, anyway, I'm actually using a size US 6 on 4.0 millimeter needles on my 30-inch Susan Bates needles. It was being housed on the Smart Sticks, but I wanted the Smart Sticks for something else, so there you go. Obviously, I haven't worked on it since I transferred it over, but that's neither here nor there. This is actually being housed in my pink tea bag by the Knitted Broomstick. Love it. Love it, love it. And let's see. Another thing that got quite a fair bit of love, like as in I went through 2 different colorways since the last time we talked. I finished...
Wow.
Yeah, I finished all of the pumpkin pie colorway that I had, as well as the little mini skein that I've been putting between the different years and things. I did that, and then I started on January's Desert Vista Dye Works colorway. So I'm putting each of the scraps in there as I go. Oh yeah,
That's fantastic, though.
Exactly. You mean you want to know what pattern I'm using? This is the 10 stitch blanket by Frankie Brown. I absolutely love it. I'm making a lot of progress. Honestly, I think most of that progress is like 2 nights worth.
Wow.
Yeah. Then again, it is like 21 stitches that I'm repeating over and over again, so.
Yeah, that's actually one of the things I want to try to make if I'm going to try to make a blanket, because I think it'll be more manageable.
Well, yeah, and exactly, and like you can definitely use all your scraps and things too. 'Cause I know,
Yep.
I know, fingering weight or anything really. But yeah, I've been using a size US 5, which is a 3.75 millimeter carbon straights that I have. I also have a pair of DPNs that I'm using for on the corners because less stitches. It makes it easier, and I tend to pick up all of my stitches on the longer straight needles. So that way, all I have to do is just knit from that long needle. It makes it a lot easier to pick up all at once instead of each stitch at a time. So I'd forget
That's
where I
actually
was.
a really good tip.
Yes. See, I know something about something.
You know a lot.
All right. I was trying to be modest, but whatever.
No modesty allowed. You are great. Shout it.
Aw. You can't see, but I'm blushing, y'all.
Aw.
Um, but yeah, I'm actually hosting this one in my coffee bag by Molly Klein Designs. It's actually meant for a small shawl / socks. It's that small at the moment, so once it kind of grows, I'll expand that. I think I have a bag in mind for that one too. Oh my goodness, I still have 2 more things that I worked on this week, y'all. I'm so sorry, this is so long. Anyway,
I've made it up. I've made up for it by only having one, so it'll be okay.
you've been busy, y'all. All right, I have also been working on my Granny Stripes and Cozy Dreams blanket that I've been working on. I'm using a lot of random scraps of my Red Heart yarn that I've been kind of collecting over the years. I do have a full list of all of them on my project page on Ravelry, as with any of the blankets that I'm doing now, so that way you can see them all and kind of look for yourself. I am using the Granny Stripes pattern by Lucy of Attic 24 on it's a K hook, which is 6.5 millimeters. And the bag that it's kind of going to be spilling out of soon is the Avon Calling bag by Mrs. Brown's Bags. Like, it is the pink that is is on Peg's costume.
Right, okay, I get you.
And Edward Scissorhands, yeah. Oh, I love that colorway. And yeah, like I put it in the box, so I don't have to stop looking at it. Anyway,
Keep the box separate.
exactly. Well, they're behind me in a chair, so it's like, okay, we're good. But yeah, the last thing that I have been working on quite a bit of this past time was another Granny Stripes pattern, also by Lucy of Attic 24. I am calling it Stripey Heart, because again, this is lots of random scraps from my Red Heart skeins. And like I said, I do have a full list of them on my project page on Rav if you want to see them all, because there are quite a bit. I'm also using a K hook, which is a 6.5 millimeter. That's, I don't remember what brand, sorry. But this now is too big that no longer fits in that 5th anniversary bag that I got from the GaGa girl. So it's kind of
wow.
It's kind of sitting in a box pretty much by itself behind me.
Jeez, it's taking over.
Exactly. And honestly, that's kind of the way to be, because I've been working on it a while, so I like to to know when I'm getting there, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But what do you think of all those colorways?
Well, I like them. I mean, I like them all together, too. And, like, I think it's a good way to use up the Red Heart.
Exactly. Well, the reason I ask is because I wanted to tell you on the podcast, this blanket's for you, my love.
Oh! I didn't know that.
That's why I was like, I need to wait until you're on the show with me.
Oh, well, thank you. I'm gonna love it because I love it already.
We've got a whole bin that MDI and I actually selected together to put in the blanket. We're like, oh, this one reminds me of both Mercury and Lag.
Aww.
We think you'll love it. But anyway, that was kind of our surprise. So when you come stateside again, I'll have to make sure.
You're so sweet.
Something to look forward to, right?
Yeah, definitely.
All right, Sudie, what have you been working on?
Aw, just I've been working on a shawl. I'll explain this in the next bit, but I'm working on a shawl. I'm calling it Green Dragon Bailarina, and the pattern is Bailarina by Clarice Gomez. It's really beautiful. It's got 2 different lace sections back and forth. One is more garter, and then one is like more lacy open. And the yarn is Chefches Whirl Pistachio Oh So Nice, and I'm using my US 6 4.0 millimeter boy straight needles on that. Yeah, it's been recovered from a different project, which we'll soon talk about in Unraveling Fast.
I was gonna say, I honestly like the new iteration of the colorway,
Yeah.
if I'm being fair. Alrighty, so let's move on to We're Unraveling Fast. Yes, yes, I am.
Me too.
I've actually had a lot of issues over the past month with the infinity cowls that I mentioned above. I don't know why. I really don't. Apparently, I kept forgetting how to do a proper yarn over between knits and purls, which has always been a downfall of mine.
It is annoying.
Yeah, I actually kept having to like tink back and reknit. I don't know how many times, but I finally beat it. I
Yay!
beat it up with a stupid stick. Because that's what I felt like. I felt like I was really dumb for not knowing how to do it or not remembering it. But I wouldn't remember it until like the row below it. So at
Hmm.
least it was like, oh, I can kind of just like pull it up from now.
Yeah.
Which was kind of annoying, but anyway. I also had a little bit of a problem with the dragon's hat that kind of bit me in the blood a few times. If you follow me on Instagram, you kind of may have noticed that the hat in picture had a removable stitch marker on it when I did the FO picture. As you can see here, I got to that particular part in the pattern and realized that about 6 rows down, I had messed up the yarn over or something.
Oh
And I couldn't
no.
quite figure out what it was. So I had a drop stitch somewhere, and I was like, ugh. I tried to rejig the stitches that I had, but ended up making the patterning worse than
It's
it was. And
so annoying.
it was really bothering me, to be
Mm.
honest. So I actually had to refrog, like I had refrog. I had to like frog the hat down to the ribbing and just pick all those stitches up, which I hate doing. I hate
Ugh,
picking up
me
stitches.
too.
But it took me about an hour to figure out the correct orientation of those stitches. Let me tell
Mm.
you, that's why it takes me a while.
Yeah.
So it does. It goes to prove that even if you've been knitting over 20 years like I have, there are still things that can go horribly, horribly wrong.
Yeah.
Good news is that I was able to get it all to go right again and ended up finishing that super hat, that fast, like, so I ended up finishing that hat like super fast.
Yay.
And I love it. I love it.
It's a gorgeous color.
I know, right? It says on the notes that you have something that you have to add to the section.
Yeah, as I mentioned, that shawl that I'm making, I actually frogged it from one called what project I was calling Lucky Green Dragon because it was called the Luck Dragon shawl. I really liked the pattern, but I kept screwing it up. And I got really tired of having to frog and reknit and frog and reknit and frog and reknit. And I was just like, okay, you know what? I'm done. I'm going to
Yeah.
find a different pattern that I don't screw up so much. And yeah, this is working a lot better for me. And do you remember how like I cast on a scarf for my dad's best friend like 5 times when you last visited me when I was in America?
Yeah.
Well, I've decided to frog it again because I'm looking for a different pattern for it because I'm still not happy with it.
Oh
Oh
man.
God,
Yeah.
I can't make up my mind. So I've got a few in mind, but nothing exact yet. God, I don't know what to do.
Well, at least he's been patient with you, right?
Oh yeah, well he doesn't actually know that I'm making it, so that's a
Oh,
help.
that's true. True. Oh, that is true. Oh, oy. So let's move on to Back to the Future. Here is where we describe any further plans or anything like that. I mean, I have more plans than what I'm going to mention. Really, that I have any right to be, seeing as I have too many works in progress going as it is, as evidenced by before, you know?
Yeah, but you're getting through them, so I think you're allowed.
Okay. I'll take it. Not sure MTI sees it that way, but
He's not a knitter. He doesn't understand.
yeah, it's true. I'm still trying to get him to knit, by the way.
Maybe one day.
He understands crochet a lot better than he does knit.
All right.
He's still not patient enough, but anyway, I digress. um, Something that's upcoming for me, after we record sometime, I hope today or tomorrow, I need to cast on my October Desert Vista Dyeworks socks.
Oh yeah.
This is the colorway I'm using, which is very Halloween-y, which very appropriate.
Ooh.
Yeah. I am also going to be eventually starting the Fine Tune Cowl by Joji Locatelli, also for Cal. Um, I am also going to be also participating in a future mystery knit along. It starts October 26th. It's the Halloween,
Nice.
yeah, it's Halloween 2018 MCAL by JL Fleckenstein. They're the Lucky Violet Yarn Company. If you'd like to join in, there is still time. Be aware if you order your yarn within the next couple weeks, it might not get here on time. I have been told by MPI I need to knit from stash, so that is what I'm doing.
All right.
But I have enough Halloween yarn. It's not like it's a big deal, right?
Right, right.
Another thing that is coming up is the My Wish shawl by Lauren Lenneman, also known as Lala of the Knit Girls.
So
I
pretty.
have had this in my queue for like years. I decided it's about time, and I'm using a couple of skeins of yarn that I've recently acquired for this purpose. So, yay!
Yay.
2 different colorways. I cannot wait. And the
Mm-hmm.
last thing that's on the horizon is what I am calling the Sea and Sky Wrap by Dami Allman. I also recently acquired yarn for this purpose, so yay me. So I'm all set for those as well. I knew as soon as I saw that pattern in the book, in their most recent book, that I wanted to knit it. So I was like, okay, what can I do to
Nice.
get the yarn to start it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, goodness. And hopefully, I hope to start all of these, hopefully by the end of the year. Sorry, I got distracted
Yeah.
by the
No, it's
show
okay.
notes. What are you doing?
No, I just moved my cursor.
No, I'm just teasing y'all. All right. So it looks like you have a few things on here as well.
Yeah, I still have quite a few whips, but I do have plans too. I want to make the Cream and Sugar Cowl by Alana Dakos. It's just so pretty. And I'm making this for one of my friend's wife. She's really nice and she loves red. So I got this like really gorgeous red yarn that I'm going to make that in. Um, the next thing is the chocolate cake hat, which is a striped hat. I'm going to make that using the trans flag colors, which are blue, white, and pink. I'm making this for a friend of mine who is trans, and I think it'll be a cute way for her to show pride without it being like super obvious if people don't know. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah. And then I had another hat that I wanted to make, which is called Green Gauge. Oh, I forgot to say the chocolate cake hat is by Satu Gron. Sorry if I said your name wrong. I don't know how to say it.
Better than
I want to
I.
make
They're
the
better than I. Those umlauts, yo.
yeah. The next time I make is the Green Gauge hat by Katja Frankel. It's just a really pretty textured hat, and I just absolutely loved how it looked. And finally, I want to make this leg warmer called Connection by Brome Fields. Kind of a slouchy leg warmer for one of my friends who requested having more leg warmers that were like spat like and stuff like that. So that's what I'm looking for.
Huh. That does actually
So like
sounds like a lot of fun.
yeah, so like it's gonna be a little more slouchy and hopefully she'll end up liking it. So we'll see.
I'm hoping so. All right, let's move on to X's and O's. Basically, this is where I'm going to be discussing any other crafts that I've worked on since the last time that we've recorded. Basically, the only thing that I've worked on since the last time, I actually had the pleasure of reading an an advanced reader copy of Rock Fluck Club 3.
Nice.
So I did write the new review on my personal blog. It went live almost a month ago at this point. So anyway, I'll be linking that directly in the show notes.
Nice.
Yeah, and that's directly to my blog. How about you? Anything other than knit and crochet?
Nope. Basically just been, like I said, doing a lot of work, getting just overwhelmed almost. But the light is coming at the end of the tunnel. Got the vacation, so
Good,
coming
good,
up.
good. Oh, alrighty. All right, so let us move on to Radio Gaga. Obviously, with me not being at work and trying to keep myself busy, I have been listening to a lot of podcasts over the past month. I felt really woefully behind on Is This Adulting, so I did listen to at least 3 or 4 episodes.
Very
Still
good.
catching up, mind you. from SSK time frame. Whoops.
Aw.
Um, yeah, that's how far back I went. I listened to a couple of episodes of Wine and Crime. I've also been catching up with And That's Why We Drink, because they're amazing. Let's see. I've also been listening to In a Snit, which is obviously another favorite of mine. I managed to catch up with the end of season 3 of the Outlander podcast
Very nice.
because I hadn't actually watched season 3 in its entirety for some reason before that. I don't know why.
Well, you got time now, so you're doing it.
Yeah, exactly. Catching up is my game right now. Because, like you see, I listen to a lot of podcasts. I watch a lot of podcasts. So I have a lot to catch up on. Either way, speaking of catching up, I also caught up with MTI's newest podcast episodes, which are amazing. And the fact that I have to keep pushing them to push them live or something else. He's like, oh, it's not good enough. I'm like, hun, just trust me. Put it live. They're good. But anyway, let's see. I've also been catching up a little bit with Harry Potter and the Secret Text podcast. I caught up to the end of Chamber of Secrets. And then now I'm kind of, I listened to all of the episodes pertaining to Prisoner of Azkaban as well. And I have just started listening to The Goblet of Fire. I'm up to chapter 8 right now.
Nice.
In Goblet of Fire, so that's pretty good. I'm getting there. They're on book 5, like episode or chapter 12, I think now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've got a bit to catch up on still. It'll be heck in a handbasket when I finally catch up and I can only read one chapter a week. It's gonna be painful. But hopefully within the next month or so that'll happen. But anyway, the last thing I've been listening to is My Favorite Murder. Again, really behind. I actually literally just found them like a month ago, so I've still got a lot to catch up on. How about you? What are you listening to?
So for podcasts, I actually have also listened to MDI's Divisive Albums podcast. I agree with you. I think he needs to kind of keep going with it. It's really good. I told him that I think he should upload it somewhere like YouTube or something so people don't have to just straight download the file. But I listened to both episodes that he has available publicly, and I really like them. So, I want him to continue.
Exactly. And the albums that he's chosen are like pretty amazing too.
Yeah, it's like the thing is, I don't even really know much about Def Leppard or Dream Theater, and I still really enjoyed the show, so I think I would like it no matter who he's talking about,
Exactly. I mean, the couple more that he's been talking about are pretty good too, so.
Nice. I hope he releases them soon.
Yeah, I'm hoping so too. Whenever he has time.
And the other one I've been listening to, catching back up on again, is Silver's Dreamland podcast. I don't know if you know that one.
Just a little bit. But sometimes even I wonder how much I know.
And with music, I have branched out extremely slightly from my Genesis obsession. And by extremely slightly, I mean I've listened to Peter Gabriel's first solo album, which is just called Peter Gabriel. And I've also listened to Phil Collins' first solo album, Face Value, which has In the Air Tonight on it, which is like one of the best songs ever. So... And stepping out of the Genesis bubble, I've also listened to a new Madness album called Absolutely. It's new to me, I should say. It's like their second album they released, so it's, from like the late 70s, early 80s. But yeah, I've enjoyed it. I like getting to hear new to me music.
Oh, yay. Oh, I need to listen to that one myself. I'm writing that down right now.
Nice.
You'll have to send that over later or I can find it. Let's move on to our book pile. I've finished a few books this month, like Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets and Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. I also finished a book called One Summer at Charlie's Diner, and what I didn't mention was another book I literally just finished was Yarned and Dangerous by Sadie Hartwell. I literally finished this morning, so it's not on the show notes properly. I'll fix that right now. And what I'm actually currently listening to, or reading rather, is I'll Be Gone in the Dark, One Woman's Obsessive Search for the Golden State Killer by Michelle McNamara. I've heard so many good things about this book.
Yeah, I have too.
I honestly, I I was told by CC in no uncertain terms not to listen or not to read it when you're solo or right before you go to bed.
Right.
I believe her, trust me. But yeah, so it's taking a little bit of more time, mostly because I am concentrating mostly on Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire and other smaller books that are on my Kindle. So we'll see.
Fair enough.
So what are you reading?
I'm currently reading a novella called Different Worlds by Alyssa Chiavari, who's actually a friend of mine. She has this set of books out called wow, my brain just died. Third World is what it's called. Um, and it's sci-fi set on future Mars, and there's also time travel involved, and it's very cool.
This sounds pretty cool. Make sure you send that to me over Skype so that way I don't forget to go
Yeah,
check
sure,
it
you should
out,
definitely check
'cause-
it out. She's a great writer. It's YA, so it goes really quickly.
Oh, okay, cool.
But yeah,
Cool.
it's I'm really enjoying it.
Oh, yay. All right. Let's go on to Silver and the Case of the Screen Time, mostly because we're not even 2 minutes in.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Silver in the Case of the Screen Time. I have been again watching a lot over the past month. I like I mentioned in the last podcast, I was watching Celebrity Big Brother UK.
Yeah, you surprised me that you're into that.
I honestly didn't think I would be, but Christy Alley.
Yeah.
Let's be fair. So basically, I watched the entire season since the last time we talked. I also finished watching the whole of Outlander again, just so I'm caught up and I kind of remind myself of what happened, even though I really shouldn't forget.
It happens. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Also, because I like binge watching things, but anyway. Speaking of binge watching things, I have been watching a lot of Doctor Who in preparation for the next season.
Oh, yeah.
I'm basically just about to, well, I was just about to the end of Matt Smith's years before I went to bed yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually part way through this first season of Peter Capaldi.
Nice.
I'm hoping to finish up all of the Capaldi years before the new series starts.
Yeah.
We'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, let's just put it this way. Every regeneration has made me bawl.
Aw.
And Mark would come home, and he'd be home, during those parts, and he'd be like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, I'm gonna cry again, I promise.
It's just the doctor.
It's just the doctor. Their speeches every time, I swear they're written to make you cry.
Aw.
But anyway, I have also been watching Supernatural. I'm up to the end of season 2, and that kind of got put on hold for all of Doctor Who, because yes.
Yeah.
Yes, please. Let's see. I watched a couple of movies randomly on YouTube, as one does. Most notably, a movie called Dance With Me. Quality was not so great, so that was the only one I want to mention.
Ah.
And then the other one was Ghostbusters, the original
Nice.
Ghostbusters. Mostly because I watched a lot of that new Supernatural parody that the Hollywood show did, at least 10 times. And I'm like, you know what? Inspired by this parody, I'm going to watch Ghostbusters. Because they got it so spot on. I'm like, ooh. Anyway, if you haven't seen that, I recommend you watch that at least once. I'll put the link in the show notes. Let's see. As to podcasts, I have been watching a lot of my usual podcasts. I do have a full list that I put on the show notes page. I'll link it all below as well as in the show notes. Something that's new to me that I have been watching a lot of is a lot of Fat Squirrel Speaks podcast. It's new to me. I'm now up to episode 30, so that's good.
Nice.
I also found a new one, the Fiber Circus. She started this one just after SSK, and she was an SSK attendee this year. I met her. I love her.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm caught up on all of her episodes. I mean, there were 4 of them, 5 of them, one of those, that literally the last one just went live, so I probably haven't watched that one. But anyway, what have you been watching?
So on TV, We found this show called The Water Margin. It's based on the classic Chinese novel of the same name, and it's been really important and inspired all sorts of art and of all forms in China and Japan. Like the game series Suikoden is based on it, loosely. It's not like a direct retelling, but the idea of having 108 important people who they call the stars of destiny that will affect the world greatly kind of thing, that's a big deal in Suikoden, and it's in The Water Margin. So Lag and I were in a used game and used DVD store, and we were getting ready to check out, and we noticed on the counter it has this big thing in like kanji, and Paul looks at it and he says, "That says water." And I said, "Okay," because he's learning to read Japanese, and a lot of the characters are the same from Chinese and Japanese. And I said, "All right, so," and he goes, "I wonder if that's the water margin." And I said, "Well, I don't know. I'll hold your place in line. You go look." It was a huge set, and someone had just brought it in to sell it. So it was not someone else buying it. And we scooped it up, and now we have it.
Oh, I wouldn't blame you then.
So it's like, oh, that's so cool. So I'm really excited. We've just started, and it's really good so far. So I'm hoping we're going to keep enjoying it as we go on. But yeah, I'm a sucker for like a lot of Asian TV, movies, etc. And I actually went to the movie theater and we saw A Simple Favor. We actually went on a date because it was mine and Lag's 7th anniversary on the 25th of September. So yay. So we had a little date and we went and saw A Simple Favor. And it was fantastic. It was like a thriller, and it was also kind of a comedy, which you don't think would work together, but it really did. So like Blake Lively and Anna Kendrick are the two stars in it, and they are amazing. So I really, really recommend that everybody goes and sees that.
Oh, that one. Yeah, I saw that and I was like, oh, I need to go see that. And
You
then
do.
I'm like, lazy. That requires me getting up and going out of the house.
Aw.
And yeah.
Make MTI go with you. You guys should go.
I'll get there eventually. You know me. Hey everyone, it's Silver. Just breaking in real quick with a couple announcements, mostly revolving around the KALs that are happening around our little neck of the woods here. The first one I'm actually going to break down is the Knit to Zero KAL. It did start January 1st and will end on December 31st, probably around 11:59 p.m. Eastern time, maybe a little bit later, depends on how I feel that night. With this KAL, please use hashtag K20 and SDL K20, both hashtags on Instagram and everywhere else. The rules simply are that you must be a member of my Ravelry group. Your projects must be at least 10 grams of yarn. So you know individual socks will count unless you do finish the pair. One pair will only count once, sorry, but them's the rules, right? This revolves around any project that you finish in 2018 that will actually count for this KAL. If it is not a Ravelry craft, such as scrapbooking, latch hooking, quilting, sewing, needlepoint, and holiday baking, it will count, but you must post before and after photos so we can see your progress. So you know, poly dipping in any other KALs or alongs is allowed and even encouraged. So what's up for prizes, you ask? A lot. The first is a group of 12 individual $10 or under patterns of the winner's choice. You may also be in the running for an individual pattern by Job for All Designs per quarter, so 4 total. There's also a set of cupcake stitch markers by Ann Tudor. Also a set of sheep stitch markers by Ann Tudor. A wonderful Outlander bag by the Knitted Broomstick. An awesome teapot bag by the Knitted Broomstick as well. There was also an awesome bag by Molly Klein Designs. And Molly Klein Designs also sent us a set of pizza stitch markers. These are so cute, you guys. So there's also a wonderful grand prize. So what's in the grand prize? Well, there is a sock size tote of your choice from either Slip Stitch Studios, Molly Klein Designs, or the Knitted Broomstick. There's also going to be your choice of stitch markers, also from Molly Klein Designs and Tudor, or the wee ones on Etsy. It's your choice if you win. And there's also going to be a $50 gift card from Miss Babs entered in that grand prize as well. Oh my god, you guys, I cannot wait to give that away. Whoever wins that is going to be one lucky person, let me tell you. So you know all the prizes are being drawn once a quarter, so every 3 months, which means today's the day, y'all. I did a lot of random number generating beforehand, so that way you didn't have to sit through me doing that. And like I said, just make sure you post all your FOs as you come to them. So now the best part here, you ready? Let's highlight who has finished FOs in the month of September. All right, you ready? I Now Hour, Mercury Zelda, Elle McCall, Rue CMC. Oh my gosh, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much. We are now past 150 FOs for the year. What? Thank you so much for participating, everyone. So now I'm going to take a quick break. We're actually going to go ahead and show off everyone's FOs for the quarter. You ready? All right, and I'll leave a timestamp below if you're not interested in watching it. So thank you again, everyone, for participating in second quarter. Woohoo! All right, so now the moment you've been waiting for, right? Those that have won, there are 4 prizes that we are drawing for right now. You ready? The first pattern of $10 or more, your choice, is going to go to I Now Hour, who was post 136. Oh, I love that picture. You did a great job. Okay, winner number 2, we have post number 82, who is Elle McCall. Congratulations. And we have post number 131, who is I Now Are Again. Woo, congratulations. All right, so all 3 of you ladies will be deciding on which pattern of $10 or under on Ravelry you would like. Please PM me your response and I'll send it right over. Now, the last prize was for a Java Pearl Designs pattern of your choice. You can pick whichever one you want. The winner is post number 36, who is Rue CMC. So thank you so much, Rue CMC, for participating. And again, because you did also test knit my pattern, so I appreciate you so much. Like I said, just PM me directly with which pattern that you would like from Java Pearl Designs, and I will send it right over. Okay, so the second announcement has to do with the Great Podcaster Craft Along that's happening in 2019. So this is actually a new KAL or along that I have actually been kind of spearheading over the past couple months. It's actually going to be starting on the 1st of January 2019 and will end at the end of the year, which is December 31st. I'll be help posting. You'll see a chatter thread directly here. So for the KAL, we do have a Ravelry group that you can go ahead and join. If you are a podcaster and would like to host an FO thread on your Ravelry board, as well as a chatter thread, that's fine. I do appreciate that any chatter threads are awesome as well. If you do decide to participate and you are putting up a chatter thread, please let me know via PM directly on Ravelry. That way I can add you to the list of podcasts participating. This will including your podcast banner on there, and I can add you to the list of moderators as well. You can let me know basically on any form of social media as well, just by adding me. If you try to direct message me, I will not see it. I'm sorry. My phone is being, techie right now. Let's put it that way. So for everyone else, if you do listen to any podcast at all and would like to join in, please just feel free to join in the group and spread the word so that way we can get this started. And that way everyone can start looking forward to this along. Trust me, I totally am. So, I'm going to be using, and hopefully everyone else will be using hashtag the Great Podcaster K2TOG on Instagram and everywhere else. I'll be eventually opening up a Facebook group for it as well. So if you'd like to join that is up to you. Now, the rules are relatively simple. There are 6 of them total. You must simply just be a member of the KAL Ravelry group. Easy, right? Your projects must use at least 10 yards of yarn or thread or whatever. Individual socks do count unless you finish the pair. One pair actually does only count once. Sorry. So any project that you finish in 2019 will count. If it is not a Ravelry craft, such as scrapbooking, latch hooking, quilting, sewing, needlepoint, and holiday baking, the project will count, but please add before and after photos so that way we can see your progress and so we can generally be nosy. So poly dipping is allowed and even encouraged, which is awesome because I know there are a lot of different alongs going on next year as well. I've gotten a few head starts on that. Anyway, so the last rule for this one, in the case of scrappy blankets, yes, we are counting scrappy blankets. 1 stripe or 3 squares will count as an FO in this context. Because quite frankly, who isn't working on some version of a scrappy blanket? Or 2 or 3 in my case. But anyway, so prizes are open for anyone that would like to PM me directly. I am SilverLuna2112 on Ravelry if you'd like to add something to the prize pool. As of right now, there are 12 individual patterns of $10 or under on Ravelry up for grabs. I am including 4 total copies of my Proud to Be Me shawl pattern, 1 per quarter. And I'll add more if we have over a certain number of people. I haven't quite set that up yet. I'm thinking that for every 50 people we have entering FOs, I'm going to add another one. So be on the lookout for that one. And hold me to it. I will type that in my notes so I can put that in the prize pool. So you know there was also going to be a free pattern from Java Pearl Designs that will be given away per month. So a total of 12 of them. So thank you to Cece and Dammy Allman. They are the awesome designers behind Java Pearl Designs. They are super generous, as you can see. There's also going to be a set of stitch markers that is donated by Colson 111322. She's going to be making those by hand, so I will have pictures as soon as they are in. What is also being added to the prize pool is new since the last time we spoke. I have 3 skeins of fingering to sock weight yarn by Nice and Knit. Nice and Knit did donate one skein of sand dollar on their fingering base. It's actually 490 yards of 100% superwash merino. They also gave me a secondary colorway also on their fingering weight base. However, there's no colorway on there, but oh my gosh, look how cute and awesome this colorway is. I can't believe it. And also, they donated a 3rd colorway on their sock weight base, which is 463 yards of 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon. There's, again, no name on the label. Sorry, but Also, there is going to be a grand prize that I am still cooking up, and it will be given away at the very end of the year. So if there's anyone that is willing to add to the grand prize pool, please just PM me directly. I'm going to be announcing this in I would say mid-March at the latest of 2019. So if you would like to add something to this prize pool, please send me a PM. Again, I am SilverLuna2112 on Ravelry. All right, so we have gotten to the end of the road. So I'm pretty social. You can find me on our Ravelry board, which is Silver's Dreamland Podcast. I am SilverLuna2112 there on Ravelry. On Facebook,
Join us!
Exactly, it's so much fun. On Facebook, Silver's Dreamland can be found at www.facebook.com/Silver's Dreamland. On Instagram, I am Silver's Treats. On Twitter, I am at Silver's Knitting. Just be aware if you're trying to message me on Instagram, my IM is still not working. So please just PM me on Ravelry. It's easier, promise. I do tend to read through all of my messages as soon as I possibly can. If you don't hear from me within 24 hours, just please feel free to email me directly at silversdreamland@gmail.com. As always, everything that I talk about and everything that I talk about can be found at the show notes at www.silversdreamlandpodcast.com.
And I'm still at Mercurial Knits at Twitter, Mercury Zelda on Instagram, and I also have www.mercurialknits.com. And thank you again for having me on your show. It's been great.
Oh my gosh, so much fun as always. Whenever we get together, forget it. Like, so many bloopers for the bloopers reel, right?
Oh God, I know. No, it's not. I'm a complete professional. What do you mean? No.
Professional what? I can call myself a professional knitter. I don't know about professional podcaster. And squirrel just went by, so literally a squirrel moment at the end of the show. All right. Anyway, okay, so I have definitely rambled for long enough. I know everyone's time is valuable, so please feel free to join in any discussion or start your own on the Silver's Dreamland Ravelry board. I don't bite, I promise. Just a gentle reminder, please come by the Great Podcaster Craft Along Ravelry board. I'll link that as well. Just come by, say hi, let us know what you're planning on working on for 2019, that kind of thing as well. There'll be shame photos from me up there by the end of today. Anyway, so please stay tuned for episode 61 on November 5th. On behalf of Mercury and myself, until next time, happy crafting!
Happy crafting!
museum photos. I'm talking like the boxes of my whips. Yep.
Sorry, my dad just messaged me. Okay.
Hi, Merc Dad.
Okay, let me start. Bleh. Okay. Sorry, my dad just messaged me.
Oh,
Okay.
hi, Merc Dad.
Okay, let me start. Bleh. Okay.
Oh man. I'm glad you liked that surprise. Okay, let's stop the recording on that one.
Yeah. Oh, you're just so sweet.